Well, to the reaction now on the other side of the aisle. Glenn Ivey is the Democratic congressman from Maryland and joins us now back here on the Hill on NewsNation. A frequent visitor now, Congressman. Thank you for being back with us here. So the indictment yesterday, we were all waiting for this, right? Everybody thought it was coming. Donald Trump, his team, Republicans, Democrats, journalists, and the like. And then we got it, and it was 4 counts.
Right.
Congressman, and nothing to do with what happened at the Capitol on January 6th. You disappointed?
No, I thought it was a smart strategic move by the prosecutor. I don't think he felt like he needed to get into all of that because it's, causation of, whether Trump's comments caused all the activity that they committed. I think it did, but in order to actually get the conviction for the underlying conduct that I think is more serious, which is the false slates of electors, moving forward knowing that he'd lost the election but pretending that he hadn't and using that false information when he was calling and pressuring officials, including the vice president, I think that's a stronger case to make, and I think it helps to avoid the First Amendment issues that I think are going to arise. And I think you get the same kind of result from a conviction with those charges.
This case is about actions from Donald Trump when he was president of the United States, the actions of the 45th president. We have yet to hear from the 46th president. President Biden's on vacation right now. He's about as far away from cameras as you can get, on the beach, riding his bike, going to movies. Since this is about actions that took place in and around the White House, don't we need to hear from President Biden, Congressman, at this point in time?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think the focus of the case is what happened before Mr. Biden became president, at least formally. And I think that the witnesses being all Republican, I think strengthens the hand of the prosecutor and protects him to some extent from, the counter arguments that this is all political. These are all Trump confidants, Trump appointees, Trump friends that are making the case against him. So I think it's going to be hard for him to refute that testimony on those grounds.
Add it all up, Congressman, do you think you win the House now as a result of all this in 2024, Democrats?
I think we've been heading in this direction for a long time, not so much just based on the charges against the president, but because, in my view, the mishandling by the House Republicans of their caucus and the body. But look, the presidential campaign, I think, is going to be.
But what about an extra
boost,
right? You say this has been
public.
You say this has been heading in this direction for quite some time now. You think it gives you an extra boost?
To the extent the Republicans keep lining up behind President Trump and ignoring the facts in the indictment and, saying this is Nazi conduct or, whatever, I think that undermines their efforts to get elected, not just in the White House, but across the board. This might be the opening for Democrats to maintain control of the Senate, frankly.
Maintain control of the Senate, but what about where you sit in the House?
I think we're going to win the House anyway. I think that's, once they did the default, I think that was a big step in the direction of us regaining the House. If they shut down the government, I think it's over at that point. I think we'll win. We've got the right message.
You're talking about the potential government shutdown coming up here in a couple months.
Yeah. And I'm almost positive they're going to do that. And as crazy as it is, the downgrading of our AAA rating, I think, ought to make them reconsider that. But that seems to be the direction they're heading in.
Well, we're going to talk about that coming up. Congressman Glenn Ivey, just down the road from us, state of Maryland. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time as always.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.